Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3S's. I'm your host, Chantele Francis, here with Matthew to talk about episode 10, A War is Brewing of the Challenge, season 41. Matthew, how are you? And what are you doing with vintage Nani back there?
Well, I'm just enjoying messy Nani being back. And after the last 3 years of Nani, I think we're being gifted with a little bit of a throwback this season. So
I love it.
I thought I would give an homage to maybe my favorite version of Nani, but this version is up there as well.
It's definitely pretty fun. You know, she's hooking up, she's getting into fights, she knows what's going on. And one thing that I didn't realize, but a lot of people mentioned that she is the one that's running things on the other side. Do you think that this is true? Does she have control over like the faction that's pretty much going against the UK and Olivia?
From everything we've come to know about Nani, I would say probably not true. I would say maybe she's like the social leader, but I don't think she's necessarily the strategic leader going against the UK side. But I definitely agree that Nani is someone that has a lot of social power in general. So I'd say somewhat agree, I guess.
Somewhat. Yeah, I definitely think that she is the glue for that side. You know, everything kind of does come like she is the nucleus, I would say. I don't know if she's strategically the one that's making all the plans, but she's the one that's holding everything together. So yeah, I agree and disagree like you.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Have we listened to the Challenge Media podcast with Aneesa, but talk about last week's fight that got ugly? Did you listen to it, Matthew? I did not.
I did. Honestly, it was hard for me to get through it, but I like Scott was kind of like hyping it up on Twitter. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a listen. And I mean, there's three sides to every story, and we got one side that heavily favored one of those sides. I also did see some of what Ashley was saying about it on her Snapchat and wherever. I saw a bunch on Twitter and Reddit and everything. So I've heard two of the sides, and I am choosing to believe that the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle.
Okay, so what would you deduce the truth being? Like, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear any of Aneesa's on Challenge Mania. So, want to give a few Cole's notes there and Cole's notes for Ashley's side?
Well, I mean, Aneesa in her reenactment of the situation, she failed to mention anything that Aneesa would have said to Ashley, and it was kind of painted as Ashley was just kind of like attack with like nothing on Aneesa's side ever happening. She said that at some points Ashley mentioned something about Aneesa's family while her father was sick at home and has since passed away. So that's what Aneesa had said. Aneesa said, I don't care if Ashley like comes for my athletic ability or my appearance, but like family is off limits, which fair points. Ashley, on the other hand, says that Ashley was in a really dark place, and don't quote me on this, but she had mentioned that she either was contemplating or potentially had like a suicide attempt a little while back because she was getting out of a breakup and she was sexually assaulted. And the person that had assaulted her was stalking her and had reached out to Aneesa. And in Aneesa and Ashley's fights, Aneesa brought up the person that had assaulted Ashley. And that's what made Ashley like lose her mind. And then that's what made Ashley bring up Aneesa's family. I don't know which side was which, but Justin was on a podcast and said that they were both like bringing up like addiction. I don't know who was bringing up the other being addicted to something, but it got a lot darker than obviously all we saw was Ashley kind of fat shaming Aneesa in a way, or athletic shaming Aneesa, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just jumped to Aneesa crying in the other room. But Aneesa says, well, I was not crying about that. Like, people come for my appearance all the time. It's the other stuff. But obviously on Challenge Mania, Aneesa didn't mention that she had brought up someone that had assaulted Ashley. So again, like, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but it got
if
very
Aneesa
dark.
brought up the fact that she was the person that she was assaulted by, or anything in that capacity, like, I have to side with Ashley, like, defending herself in any sort of way that she can, even if she hits some low blows, because that first blow is really kind of like awful. Like,
Yeah.
that's really unkind.
Yeah, and I think the lack of clarity is like who brought up the low blow first. So, and like the extent of like who, like what was actually said. If it was like, I don't know if Ashley or Aneesa just brought up like people's names, or if they brought up like certain situations. So it's hard to know for sure. I'm sure more will come out at the reunion, or it probably won't even make the edit at the reunion, but I'm sure people will talk more, because I would imagine once Ashley kind of gets like the cliff notes on what Aneesa said on the podcast, Ashley will say more, because Ashley's basically just been saying like, don't bring up my name, don't bring up anything about me, and I won't like reveal the truth about you. And I can only imagine the more Aneesa talks about it, the more Ashley is going to bring up. So yeah, well, it probably won't make air, it should surface on the social medias.
Yeah, definitely. That's really icky. I don't like at least it was bigger than what we saw, because like I was like, okay, yeah, Ashley was being kind of nasty and gross, but like, why are people coming in and like, you know what I mean? I just didn't think that it was that bad in the scheme of challenge fights, but hearing a little more context about it, like, okay, it actually got a lot darker for sure than we were shown.
Yeah, and it is a little frustrating, and I kind of understand why the editors have to do this, because I mean, last time we saw like a fight get to that point was probably
Ashley
Bananas.
Oh.
No, I think Bananas, because we didn't see Ashley and Josh. They kind of just removed her. But I was going to say Bananas and Devin, and then like Devin is off the show for 3-4 years, so I don't think they want Ashley or Aneesa off the show. So I think they're showing like the PG-13 version. And maybe if this was like 5, 10, 15 years ago, I mean, certainly like 10, 15 years ago, we probably would have got the whole thing. But even 5 years ago, I mean, we saw things get pretty dark
Ugly,
with Bananas and Devin.
Also,
and then
Cara and Laura was pretty bad. We didn't see it get as bad as it could. They talked about it.
I don't think we saw like, I mean, we saw Laurel and Cara going at it, but we never saw Laurel bring up anything about Cara's past. So like, they didn't even mention Abram's name. Like, we just heard that through the grapevine afterwards.
Well, I do hope that I do want to understand a little bit more as to what happened. Just because like Ashley's getting villainized, which I understand why. Like, she wasn't, it didn't show her in a great light, obviously. And Aneesa looks like the victim, but like, if there's some, I want to hear more of the truth, just so I'm not unfairly, wagging my finger at somebody and giving, sympathy to somebody else that's not warranted,
Yeah. And Ashley had said something that I do agree with. And again, like, I don't know we'll never know the whole story, but I think Ashley had a really good point. And like, she was like, yeah, everyone knows that I'm crazy. Like, I will, like, if if you try to rile me up, like I will get riled up, and like I'm not afraid to like fight with anyone. And she said that she believes, and I kind of agree with this, she believes that Aneesa knew that all it would take was bringing up this person's name for Ashley to lose it, and then Ashley would like take it from 0 to 100. And from everything we know about Aneesa, like Aneesa will poke and then
be like, oh my God,
and then victimize. It is like similar to Cara in a way where it's like the little sister in a way where they'll kind of just poke at you and they won't do anything like
obviously egregious,
outlandish, but then like they're poking someone like if the best thing for Cara to do with Laurel is just ignore her, but if Cara just does a little poke, Laurel's going to go off. I think Ashley is similar to Laurel in a lot of ways. Where
these fire signs getting poked by these earth signs, because Aries is a fire sign, that's Laurel, and Ashley is a Leo or fire.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it's not just them. Like, there's some men. Like, I mean, CT back in the day. There's like people know, like, hey, all I have to do is like get CT a little bit upset, and he's gonna lose his mind. Like Adam like smacks a drink out of his hand and then CT's punching him and breaking through walls. Turbo is another one. Like Turbo will go from 0 to 100. We saw it with Jordan, and all it took was someone poking at Turbo and he will just absolutely go crazy. So there's a lot of people on the challenge that are like that.
I agree with Dreadful here. I'd rather not see it at all if we can then get an edited version that misrepresents the situation so much. Yeah, it's just really frustrating that we have to play detective and be like, okay, what are they saying on their social media and go to Challenge Me? Maybe, okay, do you think they're doing this to drive traffic to Challenge Media podcasts?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's like, it's annoying because like the Challenge Media is like advertising it as like, listen here to learn the whole truth. And it's like, well, I mean, the whole truth would be if you had both of them there and a bunch of other observers.
Bystanders, yeah.
So,
speaking of Challenge Mania, did you see that Keena made an appearance at the last one?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I only saw pictures. Somebody sent me some in my DM me, but I would like to see someone like her come back. Like, I know a lot of people weren't necessarily a fan of hers, but like, she looks like she's still in decent shape. I would like to see her play the game. Like, you know, if we need another OG, let's bring her back.
I'd love to see Keena on, I mean, especially on All Stars. Like, that's like a perfect All Star to bring back.
I would love that. I feel like I need to do a little bit of a rewatch, though. I think I need to go back and do like the first 10 seasons. I haven't seen those in a while. Dreadful also says that, frankly, Aneesa probably new production would protect her in the edit. Absolutely.
Yeah, the other annoying thing that Aneesa had said on the podcast is like she was kind of like alluding to the fact that like she thinks Ashley should not be on the show anymore. And it's like she was saying like, well, how many times can you like do the same thing and still get more chances? Like at some point, enough is enough. It's like, well, I mean, like I could go on a whole rant about like some of these super vets where it's like they have gotten to a point where like their whole argument as to like why they should be on the show and others shouldn't is, well, we built the show that you're playing. And it's like, okay, well, thank you for your service. Now do something or stop playing. And it's like, I keep hearing that, whether it is like Aneesa, CT, Cara, like any of those like super vets. And to me, Derrick K, it's like, okay, like I get it. Like you did a lot for the show 15 years ago, but if you're just like showing up, like, I mean, I feel like every week we like rant about Derrick K, but like the fact that like now his like rookie partner is like dog walking him and he has to like play her game. And he's just like, well, there's nothing I can do. It's like, Derrick, you're the one that has 15-year relationships. Dee just showed up and it's like, and then like on podcasts and on social media, it's like, oh no, like we should come back every season because 15 years ago we were entertaining. And it's like, well, either like entertain now or let these other people have a shot because some of them are entertaining.
AM says Aneesa tried to get Ashley blacklisted multiple times. Ashley has every right to hate Aneesa. Do we know if that's true?
I definitely believe that. And like, it wouldn't shock me if like now Ashley's not on the next 2 seasons or whatever. Like, I feel like Tori and Devin will be like, yeah, we're not coming back unless Ashley's gone. And then it's like, okay, well, if you're going to say that about Ashley and then you're going to get pissed off at Amanda, are we just going to say like, all right, these boring faces of the show are going to dictate who's on the show? I mean, and it's funny that like, I know Devin and Tori definitely don't want Ashley coming back. Like they've said multiple times that she shouldn't be on the show. And it's like, Devin, like Bananas did the same thing to you. He didn't want you there and you weren't there. And now that like, you're more of a face of a show. Now that these people are more of the face of the show, they're trying to dictate who's on and who's off.
I agree, Willie. I'm sure Matthew agrees as well. It's a shame that Derrick K was cast over Shane. Yeah. Like, why did they do that? Derrick has done nothing.
Yeah. And like, nothing. I like Derrick the person. It's just like, every time he comes on, I'm just hoping that it's different, and it's never different. It's honestly like he's played 5-6 times since the Dirty 30, and then like 3 or 4 All-Stars, whatever it was, and now 2 seasons on the flagship. And I feel like it's just been the exact same game every single time.
Yeah, there's nothing changing up. He's not trying to make new friendships or relationships. He's not trying to be a little bit more strategic. He's not doing anything differently. It's really boring and lame.
And like now he's also not performing physically.
Yeah, so and he sucks. And he has like 2 braces on like each of his knees because he's had like major surgery on both of them. It's just like the only thing that he contributed to this season was the fact that they used his hair as like a way to remember the symbols in the mini final. I was like, okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Like to me, honestly, like, and I know he's controversial, but instead of Derrick, like, why not? Let's bring Zach back. Like, let's just see what it would be like to see Zach after 5 years. It's like, at least there's some intrigue there, as much as like he is a villain. Like we need villains, one. And like, I know he's like not like the most fun villain, but it has been 5 years. He's had 4 kids since he's last been on the show. Like, why not like give that a shot instead of Derrick?
I'd rather, I can't believe I'm saying it, but I would rather Zach over Derrick.
Yeah.
I'd rather almost anybody over Derrick. Derrick really doesn't do anything for me. I don't care that he's good at pole wrestle. I really just don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, at all.
Like, it's just like, it's time. And like, I hate the argument of just like, we built the show, so we should always be on the show. It's like shows evolve, and it's like, you evolve with it.
I mean, I do have to say though, there's a huge faction of OG challenge fans that do continue watching, even if it's not their favorite vet in the world. They do want to see their vets on the show. So,
for sure.
Like, so I do understand them being like, "Hey, I gotta be here for some of like a major portion of the fan base who have been loyal for a couple decades," you know. So I do understand it in that regard. But like to have like Aneesa say this, like it's just like. I don't really feel it right now.
Yeah.
I'm so over her.
Yeah.
I was never really on her, but like I'm really over her now.
I just think there's like a lot of good vets that they could try out. Like, I mean, we just talked about Shane. Like Shane's a really good one. I think like Yes was on a couple seasons of All Stars. Like if he would be willing to do it, I think that could be interesting.
Who was last person you said?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Yes has like proven he can win. He's smarter. He's more strategic. It's a different kind of vibe. I would love to see Tony again. Like, if Tony's head is in the game.
I don't know if I can see Tony again. He's dipped out too early in the last 2 seasons that he was coming back for.
Yeah, his head would just need to be in it. But like, honestly, like, I also think just take advantage of these like era 3 people that it's been like 10 years now. I think Corey Warden should be on almost every season. Like he should be, like at least he brings something. Like as much as he's frustrating and he can be annoying, like he is gonna bring you something because
is him and Taylor still off or
okay,
we don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what's going on over there.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this episode, A War Brewing, it's called. So Sydney is talking about the partner. She's obviously super happy that she's got Turbo. She does throw a little bit of shade on Gabe and Janae, which I think... I get it. They're not going to work really well together. But what this whole episode showed me is that Gabe is just a dick. And he might be a decent athlete, but he's not even doing anything to try to potentially actually win this game. Like, he's actually would be the worst partner to have. If you're a vet, anyways, or Janae.
Yeah, he's basically Fessy without friends. He's like if like Fessy was on the show without all of his Big Brother people for the years that he was there, because like yeah, he's just like a big meathead. He's like hard to work with, is like very physical, but yeah, definitely Janae was right when she said he's very strong, but he's really bad at this game.
Because it's like, I get it. Janae is not your ideal partner. You don't think that she brings any value physically, we'll say, to the table. Okay, we get it. You're an athlete. But, you know, listening to her being like, hey, I don't think that this person is going to say my name. So let's maybe think of somebody else to say to see if we can get numbers in our favor in another way. And he's just like, no. Like, just completely shuts her off, doesn't have any sort of conversation. Like, I actually feel bad for Janae for having to be in a partnership with this person, because she's not horrible at the social side of this game. It's not working to her favor this season, probably because she came in so late that everybody's already kind of developed their own relationships, and like she hasn't been performing well, so nobody wants her as a partner. But like, man, he sucks. He made me really dislike him this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, Gabe is tough. I wonder what Gabe's future looks like on this show, if there is one, or if it's just like, nah, what's the point?
There's not really a point, because if there was a point, they might have showed the argument and the fight that he had. Somebody was saying that he had another fight with somebody was it Cedric?
They did show that. There was a secret, like on like Instagram, they posted the fight with Cedric.
Okay, go on.
It wasn't like anything major. It was like part of the fight with Ashley and Aneesa, I think. And it was just like they were yelling at each other for like 30 seconds and then they hugged and made up like immediately. So it was like, it was like a nothing.
Jessica says Gabe is cocky for no reason. He has not performed that well to have this ego. He's just rude. I agree. Yeah, he beat Bananas, but he's a foot taller than Bananas and probably weighs 100 pounds more than him. And he's 20 years younger than him. Like, I would expect you to beat Bananas. I would expect it. So no biggie there. Dreadful is saying that Corey has 3 kids too with major health problems. Watching Teen Mom and seeing the other side of his kids being upset is pretty heartbreaking. Like, the show is really not great for parents. Yeah, we do know that.
Yeah, I still think, like, Corey has said, like, he's going to come back to the show. He wanted to take some time off. I know one of his youngest daughter, I think, was having a heart surgery. So I think he's, like, said he was going to take off 41 and maybe come back for 42 or 43. I honestly like Corey on the show. Like, I did not like him on season 40, but like for the most part, I've enjoyed.
He doesn't annoy you enough. He annoys me a lot.
Yeah, because I like a dummy guy on the show. Like, that's like
I hate like, idiots.
Love Island Games. Like, I love like the cocky dummies and that are going on over there.
Well, I mean, I think that Johnny's smart over there. Like, I don't think he's a dummy.
He's a smart dummy, I think.
Tyreek is a little bit more of a dummy. And
but like Corey is basically those guys, but 10 years older.
Yeah, I guess
or
so.
8 years older, whatever it is.
Yeah, I could see him if that show was around in his like origin story, like he would have been on it for sure.
Yeah.
And he would have had like a similar trajectory to Johnny Middlebrooks, I would think.
Oh yeah. I mean, he
Just,
basically had that on the challenge. So.
Exactly. I agree, Danica. Gabe is worse than Fessy. Both entitled think that they're better than anyone else, but yeah, Gabe just is worse. Because this is his first show. At least Fessy was dumb on his first show, but at least he was on a show before. This is his first time we're seeing him. So like he hasn't done anything to make us like him a little bit at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gabe definitely seems like an insecure person. Yeah. If he's not physically dominating someone, he's just to question his entire existence. When he's like that, he projects on other people like a jerk. Yeah, he's a jerk. I think he's been a flop for sure. So Johnny wants, so we are talking about him anyways. Johnny wants to talk to Gabe, but he really doesn't want to talk. Gabe wants respect. He's like, these vets don't respect me. And it's like, okay, if you were actually respectful and talked to Johnny better, you'd have a better reputation with the vets. Like, does he not see that there's a correlation with how you're treating your vet partner and how you probably have treated your other vet partners, that they don't give you respect because you don't actually speak to them with respect? Like, he's such a ding dong.
Yeah.
He's not a dummy that you like?
No, he's like a different kind of dummy, I think. I don't like the aggro meatheads. Like
you don't like Josh, right? You hate
Love
Josh.
Island Games. Like I don't like Josh. He's just like over competitive. Like I like a dummy that is like entertaining and messy. Like Leo is like the kind of dummy that I like. But Leo did not have a great episode tonight. But yeah, Gabe is just, I don't like the guys that are just 100% physical and that's like all they care about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, do you want respect, but isn't willing to give it? That's exactly what Gabe is. He just thinks that he expects respect because he exists. Like, get out of here. Yeah, I don't ever need to see him again. So Adrienne thinks that Ashley and Nani are Tweedledee and Tweedledum and are running things. What's with the Tweedledee Tweedledum thing? Do you agree with this? Like, what's Adrienne coming for with this?
I think Ashley and Nani are probably two of the smarter people in the game. So no, definitely don't agree. But I think just the fact that they're against like the Olivia side of things, and Adrienne is like clearly in bed with Theo and Olivia here, that like maybe her perception of Ashley, Nani, I'm sure Michaela, Aviv, I'm sure they're not fans of them as well. But yeah, definitely not dummies.
What I don't understand, and maybe they haven't shown it, but Adrienne, it doesn't ever talk to Ashley and Nani. Nani actually even calls this out during the deliberation portion tonight, or the nominations portion. Have they, like, why isn't she not at least trying to have a conversation? Like, in order for you to say someone's dumb, you might have wanted to try to work with them, talk to them, try to strategize with them to see that, like, you know, like nothing has happened in that regard, and to like be calling them Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'm just like, maybe she's doing it just for the soundbite because she wants to have some biting, you know, confessionals, maybe. But I'm like, you haven't even talked to them, so why are you like calling them names?
I do get the vibe that this season is like, I mean, obviously we know there's two sides of the house, which I mean, typically in reality TV equals a good season, and we're getting that obviously this season. So I get the vibe that it's like very much divided though. Like I feel like Bananas when he was there, and like his people and Olivia's people were not like speaking too much. I have a feeling like the vets and rookies, like they were very divided, probably not speaking too much. And then now it's like the UK people versus the upstairs people. So I honestly wouldn't be shocked if just a lot of people are not talking much in general.
Yeah, Adrienne, I agree. Adrienne is annoying me as well. So I thought it was so fun, the conversation that Nani was having. She's like in the bed, she's talking to Michaela, being like, oh my God, God loves me. I'm God's favorite, because she got Justin. She's like, I got the happy cheerleader. And like just her little banter, like joking, laughing around with Michaela. Like I like seeing them get along and vibe and joke and kind of poke fun at the other side. Like I really enjoyed them together.
Yeah, one thing I'm really liking about Nani this season, and it's complete opposition to Aneesa is Nani is like kind of embracing the fact that she's probably not going to win. And I don't care if Nani wins or not. Like, I just want Nani to be fun on TV and to have a good time herself. And she's definitely, is what's happening here. Like, we saw a few episodes back, they were kind of joking around, like, I think it was Ashley, Nani, and someone else, like, we're not beating these rookies. There's no way we're beating them up a hill. And then on the like flip side, like Aneesa is like, why couldn't I win? Well, it's like, Aneesa, you've come in last in everything that involves endurance. You couldn't win a final with Jordan. Like, I get it. You're in better shape and like great for you, but like, you're not winning. Nobody thinks you're winning. And it's like, she can't embrace that and like embrace her role on the show. But I think Nani is just having a lot more fun this season. And I like to see that because like at the end of the day, we all know who is a contender to win and who's not. And like, let's be real, like Nani and Justin are probably not winning. Like the odds of
final
that,
though, which is great.
They could get to the final, but I mean, the odds of them winning are under 5%. And like, we know the 4 or 5 teams that could theoretically win. And Aneesa and Jake are definitely not going to be winning.
0%. Do you think Nani's going to get kicked out of the Vacation Alliance because she's joined forces with Ashley?
Yes, but
unfortunately,
unfortunately, they'll just replace her with like Michelle, who's probably better than Nani. At a lot of things, so it might make them stronger. Plus, like the Vacation Alliance just keeps accumulating.
Well, I think that maybe her relationship with Casey was the glue to the Vacation Alliance. I guess and Aneesa, but like, she doesn't really like Tori that much or Devin that much. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was her, like Aneesa was like the thread there, and Casey.
Yeah, I think this season will definitely cement Nani more on the banana side moving forward. Not that she wasn't already, but I think it's like firmly she'll be with bananas. And then like people like Ashley, Michaela, which is definitely the more fun side. So
who's Casey? Danica says, do you think we'll see Casey again, or are they done with her?
Casey Clark.
Okay. The spelling. I'm just like, I'm thinking of all the people that spell Casey.
I'd love to see Casey Cooper again, but that is probably unlikely. I think
Does she spell her name like that? I don't remember.
I think Casey Cooper does. Yeah.
Like my immediate thought was Casey from Love Island. I'm like, I don't want to see him ever again. So we're done with him.
Yeah. I think Casey Clark probably we'll see again, if I had to guess.
Boring. What do you think they'll come on for X's and the X's with Nani and Casey?
I could definitely see that happening.
I want it to only be. I don't want same-sex couples though.
I would be cool with it I would love to see Rachel and Veronica partner together though. That would be really cool. But I don't know if that will happen. Veronica does not seem to have many great things to say about
Rachel
Paramounts right now. So.
Go on. What happened now?
I believe Veronica said that she, just based off of like some of the political things going on, that she wouldn't do like any of these shows again because of like some network stuff. So I think she said until the administration has changed, and I don't know if Veronica at 52 years old is going to be up to do the challenge. So.
Yeah, well, you never know. Maybe All Stars will actually be people that are above the age of 40 at that point. So team, they're joking around in the other bedroom with Jake and Aneesa, their team names being Janisa. Tay was saying that she's C-Tay. And then poor Gabe with John A is Gone and sounded kind of like gonorrhea, and it sounds like a disease. I mean, it was a nice moment seeing them kind of joking around there a little bit. Jake got some screen time.
Yeah. Anytime he gets some screen time, I remember he's there. So that was nice.
Every time he gets some screen time, I cross my fingers that he's going to be leaving the episode.
Yeah.
Because, oh, there's a spike. Maybe he's gone. Honestly, though, whenever, like, always his confessionals, other than this scene, it's always him being self-righteous about, like, how people are supposed to be acting. And it's like, shut the fuck up. You just got here. Like, I don't need your 2 cents on how people should be behaving according to you.
I was convinced, like, for the first 30 minutes of the episode that John A. and Gabe were going home. I was just like, oh, they're getting a lot of, like, random airtime about how they don't like each other. I'm like, all right, they must be in trouble here, but no.
Well, I would definitely be with the Michaela side of things. So she's like, I want to keep them around in case I need someone to go against, which I think is smart. They don't talk. They don't work well together. They can't, communicate. So unless they fall in the bottom, I'd probably be saving them the whole time too, because I want them in case I do poorly at something. So yeah, definitely. Nani, Aviv, and Ashley all talk about Aneesa in the morning, and they're kind of saying, like, maybe you should just give her some time, but then speak to her. And so, like, I do see Nani not necessarily standing up for Aneesa, but knows that, like, that she needs to say something to Ashley, like, hey, Ashley, you should go and talk to her. You should try to, like, mend fences and apologize. Like, she is, I would say, sticking up for Aneesa in this way, just not being, like, yelling at her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess, like, to Aneesa's, like, on Aneesa's side, Aneesa might not know that Nani is saying this to Ashley. So I could see, like, why Aneesa might be, like, a little upset about it if, like, she doesn't know that Nani is, like, trying to keep things calm. But yeah, that was kind of interesting. And the edit definitely was portraying it as, like, Ashley was the only one in the wrong.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Derrick, I didn't realize that Derrick is working with the UK Alliance.
I don't think he is. That was a complete shock to me. I think Derrick is just, like, a lone wolf.
And he's like, yeah, I can control him. Is that why she picked? I guess she didn't really have that much of a choice. It was him or CT, right? Dee had to pick.
I think no, because CT picked
Tay. Oh yeah, TT has way more points. Sorry, who was she choose? Oh, with Theo, maybe it was the other person.
No, Adrienne picked Theo earlier too. I think.
Who I don't know if I have that list. But I feel like Dee didn't just get last pick. Oh no, it was Gabe. It must have been Gabe. No, and she couldn't choose Gabe. So
I think she did have last pick of the rook. Okay. I think she was stuck with Derrick.
But she said, but then she said, like, oh, like, she said some glowing things about him, and she was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure America chose Leroy and then left Dee and Derrick together.
Right. So we get to the daily. It's going to be trivia, fast thinkings. They're going to be on a stairmaster, stair climber. And it starts moving faster when you get an answer wrong. Each round is going to have 18 questions per round. I definitely think it's kind of bullshit that you can't use your hands, but then the size of the steps are not helpful for foot size. Like, I don't think that it's fair at all that CT and Gabe and other people that have larger feet are going to have trouble with this. How did you feel about it?
I hated this trivia. I thought, like, trivia is supposed to be fun and funny, and, like, part of what makes it fun and funny is having, like, people individually answer a question. Like, yeah, when it's like 8 people there and they're just, like, writing down their answer and it's, like, all in a split second, there's no opportunity for funny moments. Also, nobody was really, like, falling off the thing. They were, like, jumping off or moving to the side and then jumping in. So this trivia really flopped for me. I think the format was not the best format.
Well, and also go ahead.
It was also not, like, it was still as long as any other daily, but, like, could barely tell what was happening until there was like 2 people left, and it just didn't hit for me.
So I didn't think that it worked. The fact that it wasn't, changed in size for foot, like feet sizes. I think that was like a miss the mark for me. And then also the fact that how the hell is her iPad or computer falling off, and so she has to be DQ'd for John A. I was like, that's bullshit. Like, I'd be pissed. Don't make a challenge where like the equipment can fall apart when I'm touching it. Like, yeah. I'd have been irritated. But these people are dumb though. So a lot of these questions were really easy. So let's just go through a few. Well, we can go through all of them. Like, so the first question was like, who won the Nobel Peace Prize? The first woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Like, I knew it was Marie Curie. I don't know. Did you know that one?
No, I had no idea.
She invented penicillin. I didn't know what the FIFA World Cup was. The first group was like a little bit like I didn't know that many, but the rest of them was pretty hard. Do you know about FIFA? You're a sports guy.
Not a soccer guy. Honestly, like I actually thought a lot of them were pretty hard. So I wasn't really like fully paying attention to a lot of it, but because the format was pissing me off. But I actually did think.
Well, like, Capulet and Montague, come on.
That one was really easy.
I didn't know the back row was Google. I was like, okay, that's some useless information that I'm happy to know now, I guess.
Yeah.
Square root of 144. Easy. I didn't know about a try in rugby.
Yeah, I had. It was like all sports that I didn't know anything about. Now it's 5, right?
Yeah. I didn't know who directed The Joker from 2019.
That one I did know.
Oh.
Yeah, Todd Phillips, right?
Yes. And then the largest country in Africa is Algeria. Or Algier. I didn't necessarily know that one. I might have guessed it, but I don't know. So after the first round, Olivia and Will had 3 points. Same with Leroy and America, and Ashley and Leo. Nani and Justin had 2 points. Same with Theo and Adrienne. And then CT and Tay had 0, which I think is bullshit. Like, you should be able to use your hands. Like, F off with that.
I just like don't like the idea of trivia also being endurance. Just like it's way more compelling when they're just standing on a platform and like if they get it wrong, the platform disappears or then they like move down a peg or whatever. It's like the fact that it was also endurance and CT literally couldn't do it just kind of ruined the whole thing and ruined his game, which it's kind of like what happened on Big Brother with Rachel Riley. Like they tried to change something that works and they lost like their biggest piece. So I'm sure production did not want to lose CT with 10 episodes left in the season, especially with Bananas not being there. But them changing trivia led to CT going home.
CT's usually pretty like I know he was saying that he's not that smart, but he's usually okay at trivia. He's not like the biggest dum-dum. No, for sure. Okay, so who gifted the Statue of Liberty to America? I did know that was France. I'm sure you did. You know that?
Yeah, I knew that was France. Yeah.
VPN, virtual private network. I knew that. Smallest country, Vatican City. I did know that. 21st century, 2001. That one I had to think about, but I did know it. The furthest south continent, Antarctica. It's pretty standard. Fear heights. I did not know this one, but I'll remember it forever. Aerophobia. Olivia got that one, but I guess that makes sense. Like aerodynamics. I might have guessed that because like I think the other ones were phobias that I did know, so I probably would have process of elimination. Square root of 121. 11. Most FIFA World Cup championships. Brazil. I probably would have guessed that one. 35 times 5. 175. And then Johnny drops her computer at the end of that round. And like Gabe's just, I'm just like, get out of here. So that round, Aviv and Yeremi got 17 points. Michaela and Cedric, 12. Derrick and Dee, 8 points. Turbo and Sydney, 2 points. Theo and Adrienne, 2 points. Nana and Justine, 2 points. Or still at 2 points. Johnny and Gabe, 1 point. And CT and Tay, 0. Final round. I definitely knew this one. What year did Columbus, whatever, in America? So I remember the did you learn this little limerick? It's like, in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. And so I've always remembered that from like, I don't know, grade 5.
No, I never learned that one.
You did not. Oh. Um, the percentage of water in the body, I wasn't sure if it was between 60 and 70. I wasn't sure how much it was, but answer 60. Between France and Spain, what is the mountains, the Pyrenees? I might have guessed it, but I don't know. I might have guessed something else more obvious. K on the periodic table is potassium. Who invented the light bulb? Edison. That one was pretty obvious. Titanic, 1912. I think a lot of people knew that one from at least the movie. Beatles, Liverpool. Square root of 49. 7. 14 times 6 and 84. 126 divided by 9 is 14. So at the end of that one, well, Sydney did all the questions in her round, and so she just stays on after everybody drops off. That's something that Nani did. As soon as Will dropped off in her round, she dropped off, but she could have stayed on there if she wanted to try to get more points. Do you think she was just trying to not look strong, not look smart? Do you think that she just had a little bit of a mind blank?
Yeah, I think Michaela did the same. Like Michaela asked, like Yeremi said he's going to jump off, and then Michaela also just jumped off immediately. So I wonder if like maybe there was like talk about, all right, like physically we can't go up the stairs anymore, so let's like both jump in. So that's I was wondering as well, because yeah, Sydney obviously stayed on and answered quite a few questions after.
Yeah, I think that could have helped. Well, it wouldn't alter the game, but her and Justin didn't have that many points. So if Tay did a little bit better, they could have been the ones that were in the bottom. So she definitely should have maybe thought about it. The top 3 teams were Aviv and Yeremi, Dee and Derrick, and Michaela and Cedric. But Michaela and Cedric are going to win because they got 18 combined points, which is pretty good. They got half of them correct, basically, which is pretty good, obviously, compared to everybody. Yeah, sorry, yeah, you're right. I said fear of heights, but I meant fear of flying. Right. Correct.
I think Michaela's won like 4 dailies already this season, or potentially more.
Being impressive. There's a lot of people that are anti-Michaela that are like, what has she done? She hasn't done anything to be like this cocky. And I'm like, actually, she's done quite a bit. She's, won a lot of dailies. She knew even in the mini final that she didn't need to completely break her back. She just needed to not come in last, and she would still have, her positioning, even though it didn't count in the end. But like, I don't know. I think that she's playing a pretty good game, in my opinion.
Oh, I think Michaela's the best player in the house. And honestly, I don't even think it's that close between first and second.
Who's second, Olivia?
Honestly, maybe Sydney.
Oh, okay. I can give Sydney some props here.
Olivia's side just has less numbers, and Sydney. The thing about Sydney is she is very snarky, but she's not confrontational, and I think Sydney obviously physically is great, but also is set up really well with numbers, and she's not like in the drama like Aneesa, Ashley, and now Nani.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there's anything holding her back. Like there's not like a will that is tied to Nani and Olivia now that's holding Sydney back. So I would probably say Michaela, then Sydney, and then probably Olivia.
He's like, I forgot what the points are going towards again. Yeah, that was last episode. The points don't matter anymore. Basically, depending on the points that you had accrued throughout the season up until last episode, you were going to be able to choose. It would be the order that you would be choosing your partner for your permanent picks till the end of the game. And the points didn't matter from the mini final because they just scrapped that. Did she talk about that on the Challenge Mania?
I don't think so. It was like almost entirely about Ashley, to be honest.
So like they're using Ashley as a way to get people to have eyeballs on their podcast, but then they're just bashing, or she's like half bashing her. and doesn't want her to be on the show. That's annoying.
Yeah, pretty much.
She is annoying. Danica says, I love Michaela and Cedric, so I'm okay with them winning the whole thing. I'm okay with them winning the whole thing too.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, they would be good winners. Cedric, I like Cedric enough. I kind of like want to see a little bit more from him. But I think he's just like a very social and likable guy, which
he's also 23.
Yeah. I just feel like sometimes that kind of game doesn't translate well to TV. Because like obviously he's not overly physical. He's just I think he is a strategic minded guy, but like sometimes they do a bad job of editing that into the show.
So because CT and Tay didn't get any points, but both of their rounds, they're going right into elimination, and the jury is going to select a team to go against there. So I was like, what? The winners are just safe? They have no other power?
I guess, yeah.
That was whack, right?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like, because in the first half, wasn't it the winners nominated one person? Or sorry, like I thought they were going to nominate a team. I just don't know who would have. I guess it wouldn't even make sense though, because then if there was a vote for the other team to be nominated, they would just vote that person in. So I don't know what else they could have done.
I don't know. Something about it sucks. Or maybe they could just save a team.
Yeah, I guess they did that in the first half. That would have been
at least some sort of power that's useful, right?
Like maybe they'll bring back what they used to do in the olden days, and they can choose the order in the next daily.
Oh my god, I forgot about those days.
Yeah, that would actually be fun.
That used to be great, like as a reward to put your enemies up first, and you get to see how everything's done. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Dee suggests, like, so this is after the nominations. No, before the nominations. So Dee suggests Gabe and John A. And I was like, I can't believe Dee is like suggesting somebody that's like obviously not the smartest pick. And I was happy that Michaela was there to school her and be like, no, I want to save those two for me.
Yeah.
In case I need them. Let's go for somebody on their side that's strong so that we could weaken their numbers. And I think Dee was like, oh, right. So at least she learned. She's willing to like absorb this new information. They're considering Theo and Adrienne as it being the possible option to go against CT and Tay. We have our club night. CT and Tay, they want Leroy and America. Like CT is just firmly against vets this season, huh?
Hose ain't loyal. Yeah, CT. They're like people have been saying, like, I know Bananas always says, like, this is CT's game. Like, he is not loyal to anyone. Like, he will always do what he thinks is best for him at the expense of anyone. And he definitely was like willing to go against Leroy. And well, I think going against Leroy in America is probably the best bet of winning most eliminations. I was surprised because, I mean, CT and Leroy obviously have known each other for quite some time now.
Like 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not 20 years, but Leroy came on the scene at 2011?
15 years, yeah.
So, a while.
And, like, it's not like they have ever had a bad relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they've always been cordial, two friends.
Yeah, I was shocked that like he did not care to send Leroy home. And like even like America has been like pumping him up, like saying like she's so happy to meet him. Like it's also sad that like she doesn't care about or his fans. Yeah. America's a fan. Nani and Justin and Ashley are talking, and Nani's just super hyped about that foursome with Leo in there. I love this foursome as well. How are you feeling about it? I feel like you would enjoy this group.
Yeah, that's my group.
Yeah, they're great. So Olivia's talking to Will, and she's like, "Oh, I've only got Adrienne and who's her partner? Oh, Theo, obviously, and then Aneesa and Jake. That's all I got. I don't have anybody in this game, and they're just like two basically because they're working together." I'm like, her numbers are dwindling, but like she still said 4 people. Like she has a lot of people, and those people still have some, arms that are coming out that has some protection for her. But
and like theoretically, she has
John A.
technically Turbo too, right? John A. Turbo is with Theo, so I doubt Turbo is gonna go directly at her. So she has like enough people.
I guess she's trying to make herself look weak. Like a nobody.
Yeah.
So, but Olivia thinks that Nani is the most influential in the house. We talked about that already a little bit. But she wants Dee and Derrick to go into elimination. I thought that was interesting. I know that she's not working with Dee, but Derrick's on her side. Like, I guess she doesn't know this.
Yeah. I get the sense that Olivia does not like Dee. And probably vice versa. Like, I feel like the bananas, like, kind of it all rubbed off on both of them.
I said Aneesa and Johnny, nobody checked Ashley. She was just like upset with Johnny about the situation. Well, maybe not in front of you, but like we do see that Johnny was offering some advice, and Johnny did. I'm sorry, and I said Johnny, I meant Nani. But Nani did comfort Aneesa after. She's like, Ashley, go away. Aneesa, sit down. Like, and she was like rubbing her back, and like she was trying to comfort her. So who knows what happened in closed doors, like Aneesa. Anyways, we talked about this already. She's annoying me. Nani, what did Nani ask Aneesa? Oh, like how's she feeling? She didn't speak to her that much during the evening. Like, and I thought that she was coming like in a friendly, positive way, being like, "Hey, I didn't see you like all night. Like, how are you doing? Like, what was your night like?" And then all of a sudden Aneesa's like, "It's been days and you haven't even checked up on me." And she's like, "Well, I'm checking up on you now." And then she went to 0 to 100 pretty quickly though, Nani.
Yeah, this was really weird to me because why was Aneesa still in the room with Ashley for days after this big fight? And then it was like days later, it's like, okay, well, now it's time for me to leave the room and go to Olivia's room or whatever. It's like, well, why were you in the room with them for like 5 days after this massive fight and you haven't been talking to them? Like, why didn't you just leave the room days ago? I thought it was all weird. I wonder if it was like maybe edited a little out of order, but
maybe, but I think it's because she doesn't want them talking about her behind her back, basically.
Yeah, I can imagine that was just super uncomfortable for everyone.
Well, yeah, I think she just doesn't want, like, she wants to stay there because, like, if she's in the room, they're not talking about her. They're not trying to get her out of the game. Like, she's still, like, with them, kind of. Because if she leaves the room, that clearly means that she's chosen where she wants to make her bed, literally. So Nani's yelling at Aneesa. Did you see Turbo like jumping over people to like protect Nani? I was like, aw.
Yeah, I also love how every time there's a fight, America is like so excited. Like that would be me in the house too. So I like resonate with America so much. And America's like not getting like the largest edits, but she does chime in with like a very relatable thing, like basically every episode. And it's like, whether it's like when Turbo and CT were fighting and she's like gathering all the rookies, like, "Oh, you guys got to come watch this." It's like, yeah, that would definitely be me as a fan trying to get a front row seats.
Are you like seeing these people fight on TV? She's like, "Oh my God, watching this drama live? Like, this is like I would love it too." But I could see you gathering the troops for sure. I'd probably be a little more discreet.
Yeah, I would not want to miss any of that. So it's like super relatable. And I think America is like another person that is like there to have a good time. And it like kind of sucks that it seems like she wasn't having like the best time. But I do think like moments like these, she is definitely relishing.
I love Nani's Palo Santoing the room after Aneesa's gone. Let's cleanse the room. Let's sage it. Let's go. Yeah, she was also being like kind of moved around by Will. Like the security came in to protect them. Do you think Nani would have hit her?
No, I don't think so.
Me neither. So in the morning, CT is talking and he's kind of going around and basically telling everybody that he wants America and Leroy, kind of spreading that. But like, he doesn't have any pull this season. So it's like, okay, you might want that, but if it's not best for everybody's game, you're not going to get it. Sorry, CT. Ashley does tell Leo that she wants Theo and Adrienne, but she knows that like he has a good relationship with Adrienne. So like she wants to have this conversation with him. But like, you know that she's gonna get her way. Like, did you do that too, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think she even said it like in the confessional. It's like, all right, sorry, but like this is what's happening. So yeah, Leo has talked a big game thus far, but tonight he kind of shrunk a little bit.
I think now that they're in pairs, though, in this way, and it's supposed to be kind of permanent pairs, I think that he's thinking about his game and thinking about like potentially being able to get to the end and maybe win some of this money. So I think that that's why he's being a little bit more timid.
I think that he has seen how Ashley can pop off and he just wants nothing to do with it.
Oh, he's scared.
Yeah, I think he is scared. Like he
aren't they both Leos?
He's seen her freak out at him like during a Sudoku puzzle. So I think it's like he kind of views it as a bit of a lost cause, and I wonder if maybe he would consider swapping partners and doing whatever this thing is, where you can potentially swap partners. Gabe definitely. I think Leo potentially could as well.
Totally agree here, Danica. I'm so sad that America's not able to enjoy her post-show experience. She seemed to have such a good time there, and it feels ruined now. Yeah, it's bullshit that the fans and the stands and the spoiler fans have ruined at least what good experience she might have had. She's not able to enjoy it and share with us like her favorite parts. Like she's literally not said a peep about this season. Not at all. It's crazy. Alexa says no pull at all. Oh yeah, Leo. And they were just throwing under the bus justice for Leka. So I don't know what made him think that they were going to give him what he wanted. Oh, sorry. CT. Yeah. There's no way he's going to get what he wanted. Nobody was on his side for most of the season, which is still wild to me. All I wrote is Gabe is such a dick. So that was in the kitchen, I think, with Johnny, when she's just trying anything to talk to him about what they could do, and it might not be them. And if she doesn't want to say Leroy because Leroy won't say his name, and Gabe just like shut down.
I actually do think Gabe had one good point here, where Johnny said that, and Gabe said, well, whoever we say is going to have a reason to come after us, which is like, when he said that, I was thinking, I'm like, that is kind of true. Like, I get that you don't want to say Leroy because like then he has a reason to say your name, but
okay, I do agree that that's a truthful statement that he made, but I think her point to the statement is, why are we saying someone's name that would never say our name? Why don't we say someone's name that would potentially save our name, that doesn't have any sort of reciprocal protection beforehand? So
who was she suggesting to say though?
I'm assuming it would have been one of the other numbers. It might have been probably Theo and Adrienne, maybe. I don't know, actually. No, they were going to burn it. Weren't they going to go?
Well, they did end up burning it. But I don't remember if John A like suggested like who to say, or if the plan was just to burn all along.
Maybe they agreed to burn.
Yeah, because if the plan was to like target someone else, then Gabe's point like would make a little more sense. Because it's like if the plan was to target Theo, and then they said Theo's name, then Theo has a reason to go after them the same way Leroy would. And to be honest, Theo and Adrienne are a better team than Leroy in America. So at that point, it probably actually would make sense to say Leroy's name. But if the plan was to just burn, then Gabe's point doesn't really make sense.
Just another little aside here for BB27. So what's your opinion of the unemployed and Morgan?
I think that they actually kept the end game of the season surprisingly entertaining. Mm-hmm. So normally, like, I am so checked out of Big Brother by like final 6. Mm-hmm. And as frustrating as it must have been for people that are watching a lot of live feeds, for me that kind of just watches the live feed updates on RHAP, I was living for it because it was very fun. And I would see like clips on Twitter and I would have a good laugh for like 90 seconds. And then I would watch a 30 to 45 minute updates on 1.5 speed. And then that's like what I was consuming of the live feeds. So for me, I really enjoyed it. But I can imagine more frequent live feeders, probably like yourself.
It was pretty insufferable.
Did not love it as much.
I mean, I definitely look forward to Taryn's impersonations of Vince. That was like my, theater time, live theater moments every morning, which that was a good time. But like having to do an update and having to watch them just talk for 4 hours about the exact same thing over and over again without having any sort of like finality was just insufferable. But from your perspective, like, yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I was dying today when like TMZ was posting pictures of Vince and his ex-girlfriend. Like, oh my God, it's crazy how reality TV has just like had this massive rise. And now like people care about like random people on Big Brother. And like the Traitors is so big, and like Vince will probably be on like House of Villains in a year. But I don't know. I thought Vince was pretty entertaining, and to me, it just became so painfully obvious that he was going to be the losing finalist from like, again, like once
Final 6.
Yeah, like once Keanu was gone, it's like, okay, well, Vince is definitely going to be or once Lauren was gone, really, it's like Vince is going to be the losing finalist. And it's like, I assumed Morgan was going to win, but I was pretty happy with Ashley. I would have been happy with Ashley or Morgan, but I was happy with how it unfolded. And yeah, it seems like there's not the best vibes with the entire cast now. So I'm living for the drama after the show.
The after drama. All right. Well, now back to the challenge. We get to the nomination ceremony, I guess. The winners do not vote here. They do not get any additional points. Nothing. But he does introduce the stake a claim twist, I guess we call it. I didn't fully understand it. So if me and you are partners and I want to stake a claim for somebody else's partner, who am I battling? Like the me? So the female vet?
The way I understood it is, if you and I are partners and I don't want to be your partner anymore, I can battle, say, Olivia's partner. If I want to be partners with Olivia, if I win, then me and Will would swap partners. You would be with Will, I would be with Olivia. But if I lose against Will heads up, then you and I would go into elimination.
So I'm basically saying the same thing. So I would be going against the other vet female.
Whoever's partner you want. Yeah.
Right. But I don't think it can be, I think it has to be either vet or a threat, right?
Yeah. You would still have to swap to be with like a male rookie, or if you were the female vet, you're gonna swap to be with another male rookie.
But I would be going against a female vet. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and it is interesting because there are 2 ways you can kind of go about this. It's like, do you really want to run a final with, say, Turbo? If you want to run with Turbo, but you're then having to put yourself against Sydney, who's a really strong competitor, or you can say, like, all right, I just don't want to be with my partner, so let me go against the weakest competitor around. So instead of going against Sydney, you go against America, and you're running with Leroy, but if maybe you would just like really don't want to run with Derrick because he has one leg. So there are kind of two ways you can look at it, and I wonder how many times this will come into play.
It's getting teased once at least. I don't know
like
if that's going to actually happen.
Gabe has got to do it, I think.
Gabe will do it. Who do you think that he'd want to get with?
Probably
Cedric, since he's had like a little fight with him.
Maybe if he wants to be with Michaela.
Michaela does not want to be with him.
Yeah.
Maybe Olivia. That would actually piss me off though. If I was like losing my partner because somebody else wants me as a partner, like that, they should be able to defend their partner in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. The reason I don't, it's kind of similar to the Red Skull twist in a way, where then, like, let's say Gabe swaps with Cedric, and then Michaela is like, well, I really don't want to be with Gabe. I want Cedric back. Then Michaela throws herself into like a battle against someone. So I feel like if we get one, we'll probably get multiple because, like you said, like
people want their partner back, maybe.
Yeah, people are.
Wait, but wouldn't that mean though, if Gabe wins, say against Cedric, does that mean that Cedric would go into elimination now?
No. I think you only go into elimination if you lose the battle.
Okay.
If you call someone out and lose, then you go in. I don't think the person that loses, that was like losing their partner, goes in. It is a little complicated, but I actually don't mind it.
I don't mind it, but I don't like the fact that you can't protect keeping your partner. Especially since you just got all these points to pick your partner and then someone can just like take them from you. It's just like, I know they do have to battle, but like, what if it's not their wheelhouse? It's kind of like, I don't know. I wish that there's a way that the partner had some sort of like, okay, I can choose the partner that's being stolen or that like the person wants to be with. They can choose which one of the games that they have to play or something. Like, I just need them to have a little bit of agency in what happens here, because it just kind of sucks that they have no say. They didn't want you as a partner because they didn't pick you, and then now you could beat their partner in something. Say it's physical, say it's a hall brawl, take your partner, now you're stuck with them, like without having some sort of say on at least the competition that you're doing.
One thing I'm wondering is, like, wouldn't it be the smartest thing to do, like, do this at the last elimination before the final? Like, if you're, say, Ashley, and you're partnered with Leo, and it's like, all right, well, I don't necessarily think I'm going to win with Leo, so why don't I just do like one of these little challenges? And if I win this duel against someone, I can take Yeremi. Like, I'll go against Aviv, and if I beat her, I get Yeremi. If I lose, I go into elimination.
Or if you know that you're the one going into elimination, like that would also be a time. Like, if I were Theo and Adrienne, I might be like, hey, maybe it's time for me to try to protect us here. Do either one of us feel confident going? Because if we're going in anyways, we might as well do a mini elimination to see if we could just switch partners and both be safe, and then go in. So, you know, that's also another way to look at it. That's probably what happens to Olivia and Will. They must come in. They must be the house vote, and they're like, the only way to save ourselves is if we defect here.
Well, yeah, I actually think that's a good point about Theo, though. Because Nani said at the end of the episode, like, Theo's just going to get voted in every time. So if they know that they're going to be voted in, like, why would Theo not like try to infiltrate and take Dee as a partner or Sydney as a partner? And like, then it's like, okay, well, now you can't just go after me every time.
He's not going to do Sydney because he'd have to go against Turbo, which that wouldn't happen. But
yeah,
I see your point.
So Dee, like, you go against Dee, or you take Dee, you go against Derrick.
Oh, Derrick, yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, now I'm with Dee, so Dee can't go after me. Dee's friends aren't going to go after me. So that actually,
you should have done that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wonder if that will happen now, if they get the sense that they're going to actually be the target every time.
Well, and also I do think that oh shit, I just lost my train of thought. Defecto. Okay, I can't remember. Let's take a claim. It's gonna talk about Olivia? No. I lost it. Sorry. But I don't mind the stake a claim twist in general. I just, like I said, I don't love that the person that's getting stolen doesn't have any say in anything at all. It sucks. So Gabe decides to not stake a claim because he didn't want to go in against CT. And someone was just saying, Alexis was saying here, Broken Clock Gabe made a good point because you have to think about who is in the elimination round. Correct. And if you're going in for sure, you might as well give it a go. That's kind of how, like, if you hear the numbers are going to all be for you. Actually, that's something that I might do, is like make people think that it's going to be them. Like, maybe if you want to have people shake things up, or if you want another partner. Yeah, and it could involve some interesting gameplay if it's used wisely. So, okay, so Yeremi and Aviv, they choose Theo and Adrienne. Same with Derrick and Dee. Turbo and Sydney chose Gabe and John A. Olivia and Will choose Dee and Derrick. Leroy and America chose Theo and Adrienne. Adrienne and Theo chose Dee and Derrick. So they didn't even actually choose Leroy and America, which was interesting. Leo and Ashley choose Theo and Adrienne. And Adrienne basically said, our friendship is over. Like, oh, ooh. Nani and Justin choose Adrienne and Theo. Aneesa and Jake chose Johnny and Gabe. Like, and Johnny's on their side. Like, what? Anyways.
No, they said, like, let's just both burn it on each other. Okay. Yeah. So that was planned. So that was not
right.
Yeah, that was not anything like against Johnny.
Right, because Gabe and Johnny also did the same thing back to them. So it is going to be CT and Tay versus Theo and Adrienne. Adrienne, of course, after is pissed at Leo. Jake thinks that he's brainwashed by these vets, and he's just been with a vet for just 1 second, and all of a sudden he's just like, he's partnered with somebody that's not on his side. So, like, if you were in the similar position, you would understand how it might be difficult to do exactly what you want. Because, like, if they don't come to an agreement, then they're going in. And so Ashley's going to dig her heels in. And if he doesn't want to go in against CT, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever, Jake. So we get to the arena. They're going to be playing busting balls. They have 50 balls to knock down targets. There's going to be an aimer and a launcher. The launcher is going to be blindfolded. And if they go through all their 50 balls, it's whoever does the most balls the fastest. So CT's strategy, CT was going to be the aimer, and Tay was going to be the launcher, blindfolded. He wanted to get the first target and then move across once he found the exact right angle to shoot it, and then do the same for all the different targets, because they're kind of like in 3 different levels, we'll say. And then Theo and Adrienne. So Adrienne's going to be the aimer and blindfolded, and Theo's the launcher. No, sorry, Adrienne's the launcher and Theo's the aimer. And their strategy was just to hit as many targets as they can as they went along. So what do you think of both of these strategies?
Well, I did think that CT strategy was actually kind of better. Obviously it didn't work out, and at first, like, I was kind of confused about what was going on, but then it was like, oh yeah, that actually does make a lot of sense. But they obviously struggled a lot early, and then like had to play a bit of catch up. So to me, like, this strategy was sound, but I feel like there was like too many points where they were getting very close, and then CT was just like giving it to her again and to like try again. And it's like, oh, like, hopefully this time the like machine will go a little bit further, or will go a little bit harder. And like, maybe there was like some slight adjustments they could have made. Mm-hmm. I do have to say though, this elimination was so painfully boring to watch. Like that.
It was interesting though, the last 3 balls.
Yeah,
So,
like it ended up being clutch, but the person that was just the person blindfolded literally did nothing. It was the only person that mattered was the person giving the instructions, because all the person blindfolded was doing was putting the ball into the machine, but they were being instructed by the other person. So it was a team elimination, but only one person
was
mattered.
doing work. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like it to me, it was just so boring to watch.
Yeah, it wasn't the most exciting because, like you said, CT didn't seem like he was making any adjustments. So it's kind of like, do something. And it did seem as though Theo and Adrienne were just doing well from the beginning. It did come down to they finished all their balls. And I also kind of wish that they had more balls to play with, because I'm like, maybe if they had 100, then because like when they finally figure out the strategy, like it might have been they both would start getting really, really good at it. You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, the 50 balls kind of sucked. CT ends up getting 7. CT and Tay get 7. They're hoping to get 7 faster than the other team that gets 7, because they only got 5 out of 15. They had 3 balls left, and it came down to the last ball, and they did hit it. No, it's the second to last ball they hit to be tied up, I think it was, and then their last ball they also hit it as well, and they were able to win. So 8-7 out of 15.
I have an idea that I just thought of that would have made this elimination 10 times better. What if there were 10 balls? Each team has 10 balls. You have to hit every target. But once you're done with the 10 balls, one of the partners, either the male or the female, they have to go and grab as many balls as they can and bring it back to their side. So you start off 10 each, but then you're like fighting the other person to get as many balls on your side for round 2. And then if CT can get 15 balls and Theo only gets 5, they have 15 for round 2 to hit whatever amount of targets they have left. And then the other partner does the shooting. And then it would be Adrienne and Taylor would go collect the balls until they're done the targets. But then there's some endurance, there's some strength, there's the aim. This one was just like, all right, you're out of balls, you're done. Didn't do it for me. I thought you should have hit all the targets. And I like eliminations where there's more than one
element
thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think to me that would have been a little adjustment that would have made it a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, anything. I do think that they should have been able to retrieve their balls. It might have been too complicated. That if like you take balls from the other side, like that might have been too complicated. Whatever. But I do like the physical element of like having to run and retrieve, and then I do also liking the swap, because like both of them get tested in both sides of it. So yeah, that could have been better, more interesting for sure. Do we have an MVP?
I think Nani for the women. And for the men, it's tough. The men is always harder.
Never man.
What man did anything this episode?
Willie says Cedric.
What did Cedric do this episode, though? I know he won. Oh, yeah, Michaela, I guess, had a good episode, really good episode physically. I don't know. I thought Nani had a good episode, though.
Nani got some fights in there. She got her way with who was going into the elimination.
Like the thing is, like, can we just give it to Nani and Michaela and no man this episode?
Sure, I can do that.
Because like even Cedric said, like, yeah, I owe this win to Michaela. So I feel like that is only fair because no other man really did that much.
I could give it to Nani and Michaela. I'm into that. Gabe held to the note. Gabe will likely never get it.
Yeah, I feel like if it was a man, it would have to be Cedric just for winning. But like that feels kind of boring because he didn't really do much else besides winning.
I hear ya. Well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Do you have anything else to say? Any other gossip that we're missing from this week?
I'm
You
sure
guess you can mention the reunion recording next week or whatever.
Yeah, it seems like the reunion will be filming over the weekend. So we should have a lot of the cast heading out to Amsterdam in the next few days. So that should be fun. And I'm sure there will be a lot more drama in the next couple days. I know CT is on Banana's podcast, and I think that's already been dropped.
Okay,
So
I'll listen to
that should be fun.
And what about, do you think anybody else got snubbed? We know that Cara Maria got snubbed.
Yeah, I imagine some of the early boots probably won't be there. Like, I'd be pretty surprised if Naya was there. It's crazy that Naya was on this season. It doesn't even feel like she was. Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I don't know. Do you think Blue will be there? I
No.
say probably not. Yeah, so all of them. Rogan, like, I doubt will be there. Izzy, who knows? I feel like Izzy will be there. I feel like maybe that's the cutoff.
Izzy.
Bananas will definitely be there.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Yeah. Blue is entertaining, but I don't think that she's going to make the cut for this one. Bananas
He'll be there.
Will make the cut. Yes.
Yeah. Bananas deserves to be there though, because even in 5 episodes, he provided enough, and he'll chime in on Olivia, and he'll have a lot to say. Like, he's got the D thing as well. So
yeah, and they do still talk about him. So totally true.
Yeah.
Well, that's everything. Thanks, everybody. Next week, I'll be in New York for RJP. So this might come out on Thursday instead, if that works. Do you have anything going on, Matthew, you want to share with the peoples as we close out?
No, I'm just going to watch Survivor, and that's about it. So.
I know I've been not looking, don't look at phones. Don't look. Are you on our chat BCC?
No.
It's like a chat with just like the reality stars and like patrons and stuff like that. Anyways, if you want to be on it, I'll send you the link. But it's just like notifications, and I'm like, Twitter's enough. I'm just trying to avoid people talking about the episode.
I'm during the challenge, I'm opening my phone to look at football news on Twitter, and I have to close my eyes anytime anything Survivor pops up.
Exactly.
But there's baseball playoffs and football season. So
do you have any hookups to any tickets for the Jays?
No, I don't think I'll go. I went to a game last week, one of their clinching games, which was really fun. I was at the game where the pitcher had a complete game. It was the 4th complete game of his career, so that was really fun. But I probably won't go to the playoffs. I don't want to spend that much money.
I don't want to spend. I was supposed to see if you had a hookup. I want to hook up.
Oh no,
but I don't have any hookups at that arena.
Yeah,
I'll see if I can find some, but I don't know. I like going to playoffs. Those are kind of fun. The energy is high. So
yeah.
Okay, well, that's it, everybody. Thanks for being here, chatting with us. Not watching Survivor, watching the challenge instead. Yay! And we'll see you guys next week, likely on Thursday. Take care.